Types of kids in school. When we're young, we're forced to meet and spend a long time with other kids in school. And that's where we find the people where we make lifelong friendships with, the kids we chill with, and then some that we just can't stand. I went to a school in the UK and this is my take on this topic. And if you do enjoy this kind of content, drop a comment for part 2 and I can make that. First off, we've got the early bloomer. The one who hit puberty before everyone else did. And now this guy, me and my mates just despised him. And we did have a few of those. They were the most obnoxious types of people and they were just using their strength to their advantage whilst us little scrawny kids had nothing on them. I remember one of them just went around bullying other kids for no reason. But it wasn't even like this guy had a gang of friends to support him. It was just him going around being horrible to everyone else for his own self-fulfillment, which is just weird. And then another demonstration of this type of person is when we were in PE. They'd be trying hard in the class so hard when literally no one cared about winning. And it was literally just a game of football or something. But it was also terrifying when we played dodgeball because they had the most demonic throw we'd seen at our age. And I can't lie, if you did get hit by that monster's ball, you were definitely going to first aid. Next we've got the merchant. And this guy, I respect. They were rocking up to school with obscene amounts of sweets, chocolates, crisps and that. And they were taking their business studies GCSE to school, trying to make a fortune from reselling all that stuff. The funny thing is as well is that they always had customers since the school didn't sell all these types of snacks because they didn't want to get the students fat from eating unhealthily every day. And to be fair, I don't blame them. Now the merchant was someone who could be your best mate or your worst enemy. Best mate because they'd always fix you up with your snacks. But then some people would be giving all their money to the merchant and they just have nothing left. The merchants would be getting up so early to go to the shop in the morning to get the stock of snacks for the day. But to be fair, it's all for the daily grind, so fair enough. Now we've got the fighter. And I don't know how common this one was in other schools, but we had one of these. So the fighter was someone who just managed to get into a fight every week. I don't know if he wanted to show off his strength and bravery, but he was just nuts. The funny thing about the fighter that we had was that he'd literally lose every single fight. He had no mates as well and just went around causing drama with other people just to have a scrap. And I don't even think he had any real beef with anyone. He just wanted to go around and fight everyone. And unfortunately, someone in our year group passed away, and one day the fighter went up to the cousin of the person who died and started chatting was about him, why would you do that? That is the worst thing you could do. Cousin was there's no way you're actually saying things like that about my dead cousin. And then obviously this turned into a fight and the fighter just got destroyed because other people were there to back it. The fighter was just asking for it there and he had no way of winning that fight. And I don't know what it was about the fighter, but he just loved the drama and getting beaten up. Now we've got the geeks. Now, I wasn't that close with the geeks, but I would talk to them every now and then and thought, they're actually pretty chill, to be fair. And, I think that's because I was a secret geek at school, but not many people knew it until the later years of high school. And the geeks would be ahead of everyone in the class, always working together, and the teachers loved them. What was good about them as well was that they weren't the extent of the teacher's pet, but you could tell they were working hard for the grades and that. I had a couple of these in my computer science class and everyone would always be running to them for help. And I love these guys, to be fair, because they actually would help you with the answers. They weren't gatekeepy like the teacher's pet who wanted to just stick to the rules. And towards the end of year 11, some of the geeks brought in Yu-Gi-Oh cards to school and would play against each other at break and lunch and sometimes even in class if they could sneakily do it. They were really smart and would behave for the teachers, but would strategically bend the rules when they had an opportunity, which made them really sound and just real guys, I guess. And the geeks are definitely going far in life, academically and socially, I'd say. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there for part 1. Let me know if you enjoyed and we want to see a part 2. I'll see you later.